fishing friends to another adventure. All right, we're up here at the rapids. We're gonna see if we can catch some fish. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate all the support. My name's Alan, and I'm usually making some kind of a fishing video. There we go. Look at that right there. Don't get under the rocks. Dang it, I lost him. He went under the rocks. Man. He wasn't very big. That's for sure. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. We're in here trying to catch some fish. We're trying to catch some smallmouth. I've caught some really nice ones here over the years. So we'll see if we can do that again. I'm just testing the pools here. So I've got this on my usual setups. On the Mags 6.8. Man, I can't believe I lost that little dude. He shot under that rock right there. He pulled it under. Man, that stinks. So I'm using a little slider company worm on the little slider setup, so it's weedless. We'll see how this works out. Just kind of drift it along and we'll see how this goes. Man, it's a fun way to fish. You just gotta watch all the rocks and getting hung up. All right, guys, I lost that red one. So I switched over to this June bug colored one. It's got like a chartreuse tip on it. Just working all the little holes in here. It's almost like doing surgery. You got to pick it apart. Well, I think I've hit all the pockets. Alright guys, we're hooked up. He's not very big, but at least we're on the board. Ooh! And he came off right there. That current's tough to get him in the current, so this is what I was pitching in there. Well, he wasn't very big at all. So do I add him to the fails list since I'm fishing in this rough current? I don't know. To be determined later. Yeah, this is tough fishing. Not gonna lie, very difficult. You just gotta try to get it into those pockets. And it is tricky. See, then you get snagged like that. Woo. I got a fish, I got it unsnagged, and then a fish hit it. He's stuck on the rocks. Ooh. I gotta wait for him to swim out. Whoo-wee! It's a good sized fish. Oh my gosh, guys, he broke me off. I just couldn't get it. Dang it. So we're 0 for 2. Uh-oh. I don't need a wind knot. Rats. All right, let me untangle this mess and then we'll get back to it. Can't pull it that way. Can't pull it this way. All right, guys, my other path up there is gone. Too many holes, so I can't really see where I'm going, so that stinks. I think it was right up there somewhere. I tried to look for it, but I couldn't. Man, that's tough. Sometimes people have that trimmed out really well so you can get in there. And that stinks, we lost a couple of fish. I gotta be careful with this one, it's got an open hook. All right, guys, we got one in that lower pool down there. Check it out, it's a little smallmouth. Just a little guy. There he is, right there. That's a little dude. So I switched to a little inline spinner. Modified MEPS with high tech on the end of it. There you can see it. He just popped it. They're around. Right there's where that big one hit that I lost. Man, that stunk. And I tried to crawl down to my other path over here and there's just nothing doing. It goes through there, but the grass is way over my head and I couldn't even see the path. There's a lot of holes in here, so I gotta be careful. I'm gonna bomb this up under that upper pool up there. Ooh, the wind caught that. Yeah, I've caught some trophies out of here over the years. There we go. Felt like I had one there for a minute. All right, guys, we're at spot number 2. There, the rapids, we're below the rapids. I'm gonna be throwing this bomber square A through here. Square bill. See if we can coax a bite. I've caught some giant smallmouth in here. Giant for this would be 14, 15 inches. I caught one with a red cherry eye one time on a little Kalen's lunker grub. It's just an epic fish. I got pictures of him and a video of him somewhere. Video will be here on YouTube. The pictures, I think I've got them on Facebook. If you've never thrown a bomber square A, they're them and the Big O's are some really good square bills. Storm Arashis are really good, and if you're looking for the smaller size, bomber and the Big O. Looks can be deceiving. It looks shallow, but there's actually some decent depth there. There we go, guys. Got one. Right in front of that rock over there. Pretty decent fish. Oh, he's fighting like crazy. Yep, this is like a trophy for here. Oh, let's get him situated here and unhooked. All right, let's get him unhooked. There we go. For this is a trophy for this river right here. Lips banged up a little bit for catching those craws down there. There he goes. That beautiful red clover. Here it is right here. That's it. And he just clocked it right in front of that rock over there. Let's see if there's another one. They're around, you just gotta be patient. These in Fire Tiger and the Craw Color, I get a lot of bites on. This is a shad color. I can find a lot of them on eBay for next to nothing. Check this out, guys. Look what I caught. A whole wad of line in somebody's jig. Not too bad a color of a jig. Look at that. Well, let me get this untangled. I'm throwing this really dark Big O at first cast. Look at that, it's got glitter on it. Man, that thing looks good in the water. I'll show you that here in a few minutes. Let me get this untangled here. All right, guys, there it is right there. It's got some pretty good action. It was one that was totally trashed. So I painted it black, and then I put some Sally Hansen on top of it for some color, some glitter. I can't crank it too fast because it'll blow out. That's the only thing. I just got to go real easy with it. But it's fun to fish with. Perfect for these little bitty creeks and rivers. You get some nice smallmouth, some largemouth. All right, guys, we got a little one. Looks like a little rock bass, maybe. Maybe a small smallie. Yee, it is a rock bass. Not a very big dude. But they're always fun to catch. Check that out. That's a nice little fish right there. There he goes. Just right off the rocks over there. Kind of in the middle. Just running it just like this. Well, she's... Alright, boys, we're hooked up on a good one. He's trying to dive under that rock there and hide. It's a nice smallie on the Big O. This will be a trophy for this river. Let's go. Bank flip. There we go. Alright, guys, here he is. Let's get him back in the water. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, this is what I caught him on right here. Just that Big O. Custom painted. Right behind that rock over there. I don't know if you can see the rock right out there, guys, but right behind it, he's in the perfect ambush position, and he just clocked it right in there. So for this river, that's a trophy. Anything 15, 14 to 16, anything above that. So with my usual setup, I've got 12-pound Sunline braid. And on this one, I do have a 12-pound Sunline leader fluoro. He got that when I paused it too, which was cool. It's pretty neat. Get out there and fish these smaller ones sometimes, guys. The fish will just eat that up. I'm gonna switch to a little jig here in just a minute and pitch that around like a little swim jig, like a Beast Coast football head or a little dozer or a swim jig, and just swim them. See what we can come up with that way. Man, that looks good. All right, guys, check this out. This is an OSP louder in the small size. I don't even know what that is. A 50 maybe? Smaller than that. So we're gonna run this through here. I don't get to fish these that much, but this would definitely be the spot for it. So I'm just gonna let the current take it down for a decent stretch, and then I'll start bringing her back. So just do the typical twitches you would do for a top water. It's got nice weight to it. It spits. I'm throwing this one on the ultralight, the Crappie Thunder. God, this thing is fun to fish with. It's like a little sniper lure. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so don't forget about poppers, guys. They don't have to be super Titanic. I've got some big ones, some 90s and up, but these little ones will do the job too. The only mistake I've got, guys, is on this ultralight. I've got a fluorocarbon leader. I was too lazy to switch to mono. I got 4-pound fins, crappie braid on here. Yeah, I don't ever do fluoro for a leader when I'm topwater fishing, but on this one, there is. I just don't do anything conventional, you know what I mean? Alright guys, still working this along the rocks. This is a little top water, this OSP. This may be a 50 is what I'm thinking. I can't remember. But it's the littlest one, the OSP louder. Alright guys, on the Rapala Countdown minnow, And like this perch color right off that rock right there. Just smoked it. Not a big guy. He's pretty cool. Oops. Super slippery. Come on, buddy. Oh my gosh, there he goes. There he goes. A self-release. Well, we got that guy. Self-released or not, he was just hanging out in the rocks down there. They camouflage so well. So this is what I'm throwing right here. That's it. Teeny little dude. I can't remember what the sizes are. This one's like maybe a 3 or they go by odd numbers. This one's maybe a 5, I think. But I let it sink just a little bit. The current will bring it along. And then I just crank it. Ooh! I had a hit there and he missed it. I don't fish Rapalas all that often. But when I do, I always have a good time fishing them. I didn't have any other bites on the top water. So I figured, well, let me run this through there. Alright guys, it's time to say goodbye to the river. Man, I had a lot of fun today. It was a rough start. Had some hard fishing up in those rapids. Would have had one break me off. He just wouldn't get out from under a rock. I had 2 that popped off. Man. Phew. But we got to this stretch of the river. We had some good times out here. Alright, until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye. Now get out there and get your lures wet.